Hey guys, as you may or may not know, I have hired someone named Mike Nadell to manage a real life, real money dividend growth portfolio for me called the Income Builder Portfolio. I have a few different portfolios. The majority of my investments are made completely, entirely by me. But in January 2018, I had talked to Mike, who is a well-known and respected dividend growth investing proponent, on Seeking Alpha. He was actually recommended to me by Dave Van Knapp, the godfather himself of dividend growth investing. I spoke with Mike. I asked him if we could basically launch a real life, real money portfolio where I'm investing $2,000 of my own money every single month, and he manages it like he would manage his own portfolio. It would be made public, completely open to the public, and you can watch him in real time. You don't have to have $2,000 a month to invest. To follow along, you can invest proportionately. So if you have $200 a month or even $20 a month, the idea is the same. Or if you've got $20,000 a month to invest. Mike was going to invest $2,000 in two different times every month. So $1,000 at one period of the month, $1,000 at another period, a couple weeks later. In real life, real time, how a dividend growth investing portfolio works when you have a set amount of money to invest every month. The goal is to steadily invest over a period of time regularly in high quality dividend growth stocks with the hope that you create a safe, reliable, and growing income stream, passive income stream that goes up every year as the companies that you own increase their dividends. We launched this called the Daily Trade Alerts, or DTA's Income Builder Portfolio. We opened an account at Schwab. I gave Mike my login information, and he logs in and he completely manages this. Mike just made the latest purchase in that portfolio a few days ago. He had $1,000 to invest. Remember, I gave him $2,000 a month. He invests $1,000 at one time. A couple weeks later, he invests another $1,000, and he writes about it before. So he does a pre-buy article and he does a post-buy article. And you can find all of this on dividendsandincome.com. You can find before he actually goes in and buys the stocks, so you can get ahead before I'm buying it. You can see his analysis. So he does a pre-buy analysis and a post-buy analysis. He ended up splitting the $1,000 between Home Depot and Medtronic. So this wasn't the first time that he's purchased them for the Income Builder portfolio. I already own Medtronic in my own, outside of the Income Builder portfolio, my private portfolio, I'll call it. And I own Lowe's. I didn't own Home Depot until Mike purchased it. But out of the two stocks, and this wasn't, like I said, this wasn't the first time that he bought them. He's actually bought both of them for the Income Builder portfolio before. But out of the two stocks, the valuation opportunity with Medtronic seems a lot more compelling right now. And so if you're a new investor, or if you're just looking for an idea to invest in right now, two things I would suggest. One, follow on Dividends and Income, the Income Builder Portfolio from Mike Nadell, Nadel is his last name. That's my portfolio. He's calling it the Income Builder Portfolio. So you can see exactly what I'm about to buy and what I'm buying in that specific portfolio. The other thing is to follow Jason Fieber's Patreon. So Jason, I get a lot of my own personal ideas from Jason's portfolio. And so if you follow his Patreon, you get alerts whenever Jason buys or sells, and he doesn't sell very often, buys or sells stocks for his own portfolio. Those, for me, among a few other resources, are really like fantastic starting points for choosing for me personally, which investments I'm going to invest in, because I trust both of those guys. I know them. I talk to them regularly. They have been publishing articles and their analysis online for several years. And so you get to know someone that way, even if you haven't met them face to face, and you get to see, they're completely transparent. They have strong ethics. There's a lot, but they're also great analysts. I think they're fantastic analysts. And so, and I like their investment philosophies. And so I use them as a resource and a starting point for figuring out what I am going to be buying myself. And so all of that said, Mike ended up purchasing Home Depot and Medtronic for my Income Builder portfolio a few days ago, and I liked his analysis a lot on Medtronic. It's not obviously cheap right now. So analysts really like this stock. A lot of them give it a buy or a strong buy rating right now, which a lot of that has to do with what they think the stock is valued at. I rely on fast graphs a lot to help me also determine what I think the valuation of a company is. And Mike's argument in his article, which you can find on dividendsandincome.com, I'll put a link in the description below, it makes a pretty good case for why Medtronic could be a compelling value right now. And so all of that said, I didn't do the video on my September income, passive income, because I ended up deciding I want to sell an option on Medtronic. So the stock yield, it's a Dividend Aristocrat. It's got a fantastic dividend growth track record. The company's dividend looks extremely safe, as you can read about in Mike's article. You can also check it on Simply Safe Dividends. And it just seems like a good opportunity now. The big problem for a lot of people is that even though this is a market-beating yield, it only yields 2.2%, which is not a lot to get you excited. But there is a way to squeeze a lot more income out of a solid, high-quality dividend growth company that's only paying 2.2% in dividends, and that is what I did. And so that's what I'm doing this video on. And I found myself yesterday, my wife and I dropped my kid off for school, and then she had to go to the local shopping mall and do whatever she does at the shopping mall. I think it's mostly, for some reason, I feel like she returns more stuff than she buys, but whatever. I end up going to a cafe/bakery, and I just work from there. While I'm there, I find a little spot, it's not that highly trafficked. And so with everything that's going on, trying to avoid public places, but I found a spot way in the back corner where really nobody came close. And so what you're about to see is me just spur of the moment deciding to make a move, an income trade, sell an option on Medtronic. I hope you get something out of it, because several of you guys have been asking for more information on selling options for income. Like I've said before, I generate roughly $80,000 to $100,000 a year in passive income, and this selling options is a significant contributor to that income. And so stick around right now and you will watch me sell an option on Medtronic for $372 in income in just a matter of seconds, really. I'm actually going to walk you through me placing an options trade. I'm going to be selling an option. I don't know yet if I'm going to be selling a put or a covered call on Medtronic, but I'm going to walk you through a little bit of my thought process and how I come up with a setup here. So I already know that I'm only going to sell one option on Medtronic. It's going for $108. And so it's going to cost me around $10,000, $11,000 to per option contract to get into this trade. And so that's enough for me for this. Let's go ahead and see what options are available. And so I'll start off noting that, okay, it's trading around 108.27. I'm most likely going to sell a put option on this, because I do think while it could be slightly undervalued right now, I want to get an even larger margin of safety. So if I can buy this for less than 108 and I can get paid to do it, then I think I'll be a happy camper with that. And so I go to Yahoo or finance.yahoo.com to look up the option chains here, and I typed in the ticker. I click over here on options, and so I might be, we'll see what it is, but I might be looking at maybe like a 105 strike. If I could buy it at 105 and get paid to buy it at for the opportunity to buy it at 105, then that would mean that I'm committing to $10,500 if I do get put the shares. But at that price, that seems like it would be okay. So 105, for example, out of 108.20, 105 out of 108.20. So that's about a 3% discount from where it is now. To get into this trade and to see what the setups are, I'm going to go over to options, and I'm going to, there's where you choose the expiration dates.
I don't like to do, especially with something like where there's not going to be a lot of premium, I'm not going to go less than a month on it. Something that has a lot of premium, that's a lot more volatile, I could go, it might trade, have an options opportunity weekly, might even a month it might do, but I'm not going to do less than a month for this. And so I actually might even go out to, let's see what January looks like. So calls January, I'm going to look at a put first. So this isn't bad. So 105 strike price. This is, notice this is the last price that it was. So we've got the bid and the asking prices in this column. I usually just look at this. This is what it went for last. So basically this is what it means. I could sell the January put option with a 105 strike on Medtronic for $5.35. In other words, I could end up buying Medtronic at $105, which is a 3% discount to what it's trading at today. And I could get paid $535 for that, because remember, option contracts work with 100 shares of the underlying stock. And so 535 times 100 shares is $535. That's not bad. 535. And that's also, here's one way I'm measuring this setup. I'm getting paid $535 instant income. So you can kind of look at that as a guaranteed dividend. So dividends aren't guaranteed. Options income is guaranteed because you get paid at the moment that the trade gets executed. And so I'm looking at potentially getting a $5.35 return on $105, which is a 5% instant income. So basically like a 5% yield, but instead of having to wait 12 months for that, I'm getting paid today and I'm in the obligation until January. So the safer way to measure what that yield would be is to look at it as 5% between now, what's October to November is 1 month, to December is 2 months, to January is 3 months. So we're October 8th. This expiration is the 15th, I think it was. 15th of January. So about 3 months, you can get a 5% yield, essentially. So worked out annually, over an annualized basis, if you can get 5% in 3 months, you just multiply that by 4. So it's about a 20% annualized yield from Medtronic, which pays about 2%. So let's go back really quick and see what its yield is. Summary. So its yield is about 2.2 right now. And that's dividends, which you can say it's a safe bet. Simply Safe Dividends gives us a 99 out of 100 dividend safety rating, which is like pretty much the best that they offer. And so a safe 2.2% if you rely on dividends alone. Or I can sell a put option on it right now and get $550 or $535, which equates to a 5% yield basically over 3 months and a week, give or take. So that's a pretty good setup, and I might actually do that. One other option I can look at is I could look at a different strike price. I could get it for even cheaper. So this would be even safer. So 108 is where it's at now. Using the same expiration date, January 15th, I can now look at, we're going back down to puts. So I could basically get paid $360 to buy it at $100, which $100 out of its current price of 108 is about a 7.5% discount. So I could get paid $360 today for the opportunity to buy Medtronic, which already looks slightly undervalued, for even cheaper for a 7.5% discount. And that 360 by between now and January 15th. And that 360 out of 100, it's pretty easy math, works out to a 3.6% yield in about 3 months. Multiply that by 4, that's still a 14.4% annualized yield. That's even safer. So I'd be putting down $10,000 for that as a commitment. I'd be getting paid $360 immediately. I'm probably going to do that. I mean, it's just a little safer because I'm buying it for, you know, $5 per share, even cheaper potentially. So one, just to look at another option, I want to look at a different expiration date. So let's go out even farther to March 19th. Now, the problem out here is there's just not a lot of activity. I'm not even going to go out here because look at this volume. There's not a lot of these options being traded. And so the spread is going to be a lot bigger between the bid and the ask price. Look at this. The last one for $565 when the bid and the ask were $415 and $430. So these are just, for a stock that's not, you know, this isn't that widely of a traded stock. Let's make sure the January one had some decent volume on it. Come on.
Yeah, so I searched in there already. Another one.
So still not a heck of a lot, and actually look at even less for this, but we can try it. If we don't get filled at 100, then I'll take 105 for a strike. So again, just to walk through this, sorry if I'm beating a dead horse here, or if you're already kind of, you know, you understand how this works, but we have had some comments, and I know that the last couple options videos I did were really, even though they were like 20 minutes long, it's still, I kind of went through this stuff fast, so I just wanted to take this one a lot slower. So again, what I'm actually doing here is we see that the stock is trading for about $108 right now. If this is a stock that you already want to own anyways, and that you're okay owning, and that, you know, if you're put the shares, you're okay buying now anyways, but you would like to get paid for the opportunity to buy it even cheaper, then you can sell a put option on it. The downside, there are a couple downsides to this. One is that you have to have $10,000, $10,800, depending on the strike price, $10,000 or so to actually get into the trade, because you don't want to do this with margin. You never sell a naked put. Sell a cash secured put, meaning you've got the cash in your account to do that. And so that's one potential downside. The other is, let's just say that Medtronic falls. Let's say I'm looking to buy it. I'm looking at the 100 strike option, and let's say Medtronic falls to $80. Well, I can actually, I'm going to be obligated to buy it at $100 per share instead of the 80. And so that's one potential downside. The other potential downside is, let's say the stock just absolutely takes off and it's out to like 115. Well, I had the opportunity to actually buy shares today outright for $108 per share, and I didn't do it. I sold the put option, and so the stock could basically get away from me. And so this is a stock I really want to own, and if I really, you know, I'm comfortable with its current valuation, then just buy the stock outright. So you have to be okay with, I typically only do this with companies that already have, you know, I sell a put option with companies that I'm already comfortable with my position size with them, or you know, I might already have a full position in it. But if I didn't have any Medtronic at all, and I thought it was a great price today, and I just wanted to own it no matter what, then I would just buy it outright. But because I already own some shares, this is kind of like, I'm okay either way. I'm okay collecting income on it and letting the stock get away if it just takes off. I'm also okay collecting income on it and buying it at the $100 strike price, or even 105 if I don't get filled at 100. So that's what we're doing. And now to actually make this trade, here's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to say that it's going to be around 360. I mean, I could try for 365. I don't care about $5. So I'm going to just put in 360 most likely and 100 put. So I'm going to go back over to my Fidelity account. I have some cash available in this account. So I've got about $158,000 available. So that's more than enough to cover this trade. I'm going to go to trade, and depending on which online broker you're using, yours will be different. You're going to see the rough idea of how this works here. Also, just so you know, this is in my retirement account. I only do these in my retirement accounts because I don't want to have to worry about taxes, tax paperwork, and even paying taxes on this income, which is considered short-term gain on the options premium. And that taxes can just wipe out like a lot of the benefit that I get from selling the option in the first place. And so I go to options, and I'm going to choose calls and puts for the strategy. I'm going to do the ticker of Medtronic. I'm going to sell to open. So I'm opening the trade and I'm selling an option. I'm selling one option because it's 100 shares. Every option contract is 100 shares. And the expiration I had chose is January 15th. Again, look at oh man, it's right at 108. Tempted to just, strike price, not gonna get distracted, is I'm gonna try for 100, and I'm gonna say that this is a put, not a call option. I always do limits as well. For the day is good. And down here you can see, the mid is 372. The last was 360. So I might not even get filled at 365. If I just want to get it, okay, there's not much volume at all. I'm just going to do 360 and hopefully that gets filled. I don't care, guys. If you're really picky about $5, then put in 365. Don't chase it. I don't care about $5. So make sure I'm choosing cash here. $3.60. Preview the order. Just to review real quick, I am selling to open one option contract with a January 15th, 2021 expiration date, 100-hour strike. This is a put option for 360. And so again, to really quick review what the setup is, I'm getting paid 360 right now out of 100. So I'm getting an instant 3.6% yield, which is significantly higher than its 2.2% annualized dividend yield. This is a 3.6% over about 3 months and 1 week, which is 3.6. 0.036 times 12. Hold on, what am I doing? Oh, times 4. 3.6 times 4. That's a 14. Just say 14% annualized yield on this. So that looks fantastic. Again, one more thing is I'm not buying it. I'm not getting paid to buy it at the current price. I'm getting paid to buy it for $100, which out of 108 is a 7.5% discount to its current price. So this is, for me, this is a fantastic setup. So I placed the order. The order was received. Now I want to go to manage orders and see if it went through. By the way, well, I'll tell you what my cost basis is after this. And great, it got filled. Actually, look at that. Price improvement of $7. So Fidelity got me, I put in the thing for 360, didn't I? I put it in for 360 and they filled it at 372. So it's actually $372, which is great. And so that improved the yield even more. So 3.7, well, that's like a 3.7% yield because it's out of $100. In 3 months, 3.7 in 3 months. That is it. One other thing I want to say is what this actually does to the cost basis. So even though I'm going to be possibly obligated to buy Medtronic at $100 per share come January 15th or sooner, it can get executed sooner, then that's not my cost basis. My cost basis is actually the income that I got subtracted out from that 100. So 100 minus 372. My cost basis is actually $96.28 if I have to own shares. and that is out of its current price. So that's like an 11% discount. So I'm basically possibly buying this at an 11% discount. You can't double dip and count the income. I can't say I'm getting paid to buy it at an 11% discount because I'm counting the income in my cost basis. I'm getting paid to buy it at a 7.5% discount, or I'm just basically going to be able to buy it at that 11% discount. Either way you do the math, it's the same result. So that is pretty awesome. We're in this trade until January 15th. And so the way that this will work out, if Medtronic is trading above $100 by, if it's trading above $100 by January 15th, then most likely the option is going to expire worthless. I don't have to buy any shares. The money that I had kind of obligated for this, or that I had put down to potentially buy this, that $10,000 or so, is now available. It's released to me again once the option contract expires on January 15th. And so that's awesome. So then I get to make another trade. If Medtronic is trading for less than $100, then am I recording this? Oh yeah. It's like, tell me I don't have to do this again. I looked up and I didn't think I was recording. So if Medtronic is trading for less than $100 between now and January 15th, the option buyer can execute the contract and put me the shares. I'm forced to buy them at $100 per share, which I'm already cool with. Like I said, it's already trading at its current price of $108. It's already a discount. Now I'm possibly buying it at an even larger discount. So that is it, guys. Hope you got something out of this video. And if you did, let me know, because I can do these a lot. This is really informal compared to the other ones that are a little more professional. I'm not in a cafe or a bakery. I'm usually at home at my desk and stuff, and I have like an outline and stuff, and so I stay on top a little better. But a few people have pointed out actually that some of the options trade, they're interested in selling options, but they wanted maybe a little more instruction and take a little more time and do a lesson on actually, an individual trade like this. So I hope it helped, and let me know either way. All right, talk to you later.
So that is it. I promise the next time I will be back with a passive income report from September, which was really interesting. It was almost $9,000. It should have been closer to $12,000, $13,000, but some stuff just went terribly wrong, and so I'm going to share that with you as well. But still, I'm sharing it because I hope you get something out of it by me being transparent with everything. So that's it, guys.